SBR Forum Videos, I'm Peter Lojak. We are continuing our coverage of spring training with Doug Upstone, who's on location, on the scene in Arizona. Doug Upstone, thanks for being back with us.
Hey, Peter, my pleasure to be here. And we're here out in Peoria to see the Texas Rangers in Seattle play. And this is our first look at the Rangers. We'll have another later in the spring, but this is our first look at them.
Yeah, the Rangers, kind of interesting. Last year, they were about average in terms of the money standings. They were number 14, minus 4.5 units, but all that losing came at home. They were a terrible bet at home, minus 11 units. Actually, they were a profitable bet on the road at plus 6.5 units, and I guess that would stand to reason a little bit. They tend to be an overvalued team, especially at home. They did have a very good ERA last year, number 4 in bullpen ERA, although they have some pitching staff issues this year. Joe Nathan and Derek Holland, Derek Holland is injured. I've been reading that Texas is going to regress a little bit, so I'm thinking that maybe we look for them to maybe be in the bottom 10 in the money standings, or maybe around number 20 at least to start the year. What do you think?
Yeah, it's the pitching is the concern, with them, because I think they addressed their hitting situation, this past year, because last year they hit the fewest home runs ever at their current park now, Globe Life Stadium, and so I think that they addressed that with Prince Fielder and Sin-So Chu. So I think they'll return to maybe towards the top of the batting, the scoring standings, but in terms of the record, with especially with Derek Holland out, I'm just not sure if they're going to have enough pitching. I think the bullpen will work itself out. But yeah, I would have to tend to agree with you. Their win total is at 0.87. Iffy on that at this point for me, anyways.
So maybe we should be looking for overs, although their totals are going to be very high. But maybe still we look for them to go over, and again maybe to be a little bit overvalued. Yeah, teams that have pitching issues like that, but big hitters in the lineup, just that's a recipe for being overvalued, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Like I say, in their ballpark, though, I think their record will end up being better. I'm not sure they're going to be a play-on team all the time, but obviously against teams with inferior pitching, they'll have some opportunities. And because their own starting staff doesn't appear to be that strong at this juncture, they might not be as overvalued. So you might get a lot more. Let's just say minus 150 to minus 160 plays, to where they could take advantage of some bad teams. But other than that, you could see different points where they could struggle.
All right, maybe we'll look to play them on or against their run lines. Take advantage of some volatility in there with a big offense and bad pitching.
Exactly. Yep.
All right, thanks so much. We'll move on to Seattle right now.